What's up, YouTubers? It's Paradigm Shifty 999, the first LoFiologist, and I'm back with another review. This time, we'll be reviewing Nymano's short stories beat tape. This beat tape delivers us rich lo-fi experience, and it's the perfect album for newcomers to understand the term jazz hop. But honestly, I'm actually excited to review this, so let's just get into it. So the first track, titled Memories of You, just kicks right off into one of the best lo-fi masterpieces to date. The first saxophone of many to come throughout the album brings us right into our first voice sample at 0:21, which transitions beautifully into the long hanging synth that emerges quietly from the background. The nice piano breakdown at 125 provides an excellent variation mid-track. The second beat, this is some French stuff, y'all. Dossier, if I'm wrong, I'm lying, okay? It leads in with a soft piano twinkles, but abruptly meets a perfect cymbal transition at 250, which immediately encounters the guitar that gives soul over this beat as though it's singing to us. The ending is one of the best by far at 421. The soft emotional sample takes us out over the previous guitar in its new subtle form. The next track, Jazz and Rain, beautifully eases in from the vinyl to rain, which lays a nice foundation for the emotional pianos to bang off the top. The low pass filter finishing outro at 633 smoothly transitions into the next track, Solitude, which opens with a soft female talking over some of the themey pianos and horns containing perfectly placed pauses. After the soft fade out of Solitude, the next track, Comfy, returns in with more soft melodic pianos that almost sing to us but are quickly interrupted by a smooth but very innovative sample at 912. And again, the familiar sample returns for an excellent breakdown at 939, which pauses for the sample, then slowly brings the beat back in through a light, brief low-pass filter. But don't let all this overshadow some of the best hi-hats we've heard in a long time. Now the next track, People, starts out with a dramatic intro skit that in perfect lo-fi fashion we have no idea what it's all about, but it magically meshes together into the drop. We then get another elevated effect when the saxophone lead up pauses for the sample at 1138. This beat timing is impeccably infused with pauses between the sax, the sample, and the bass drop. Very nice, I might add. Then Horror jumps right in with strong drum and bass loops with an excellent pause sample at 1243. Then the slowly leads back in with the bass hits and a siren to let us know it's official. The next track, Early Wake, is exactly that, full of slow, melodic, sultry sounds that captivate the listener at every turning point. Continuing on, we have Horizon, which showcases a short and sweet intro of birds singing, but it's no indication of the hard slapping snare that pounds the track in perfect repetition and allows for the trailing and leading cymbal to perfectly pair like Cabernet and filet mignon. The sample is masterfully stretched, shortened, varied, and gracefully matched with the soft ascending deep xylophone. Then Samita Swar, help me if I'm wrong, I might have lied again, all right, my bad. And the other track following that, I Need Your Love, slows it down a bit and allows us a moment to relax from such densely diverse musical experience, with both tracks having great placement in the middle of the album. Now, getting back into the performance-heavy songs, we have Ren Contra, which from the beginning throws us into a deeply layered combination of bass, bells, and hi-hats, followed by the ever popular Skate at Night. That brings us all back to a nostalgic feeling of teenage summers through a dazzling array of guitar strike bass hits. This is one of the more popular songs on the beat tape, and I believe it's kind of where the lo-fi experience crosses over into pop music, so you can get that cross-genre kind of effects, best of both worlds. It worked in both of them. Some may not like it, it doesn't hit too hard, but I feel that it shows perfect range of Nymano, that you can have such a popular pop-ish kind of sound. So if you don't like it, too bad. So the next track, Woman, is correctly titled because it has an elusive underlying message that can be heard when dissecting the alternating horns, which perfectly play off the sharp hitting snare with a nice amount of reverb trailing. For me, personally, Daydream has to be one of the reasons I grew up deep infatuation with lo-fi hip-hop. We hear some of the best sampled voices that hit correctly with the bass, and feature great hesitating pauses throughout this audio artwork that can provide a canvas for your dreams to explore. I remember this in particular beat is one of the first ones that I heard when I started realizing that, okay, they're doing a lot musically inside of this lo-fi music. Sometimes you just hear it in the background, elevator, music, office that you walk into, whatever. And it seems like background noise, you know, and then every once in a while you get a track like this where there is just an overarching array of instruments that play off each other beautifully. Like I said, it was one of the mixes that I first heard originally, and that's how I began to get to notice the depth of this genre of music. And how about sticking with the French theme, Le Pure? I don't know if I said that right or if it was a little disrespectful, but once again, sorry for you. This immediately fills our heart with a dramatic French sample, then immerses us into a beautifully choreographed battle among the bass and snare, which sets up piano layering to dance across our emotions with the effortless timing. Now, the last track, the encore of the album, Bedroom Thoughts. This sends us off in great fashion. It's smooth, calming, and allows us a chance to absorb all the instrumentation we've dealt with throughout this album. So, thank you for following along through all the tracks. This is a review of the artist Nymano. The beat tape is Short Stories. My favorite track on this beat tape was Daydream. The least favorite tracks was a tie for me, Samita Suwar and I Need Your Love. And it says least favorite tracks because I'm just going along with the formula, but on any other album, these would be top tracks. They're just the, you know, it's the least of the best. So don't let that dissuade you. So this is Nymano, Short Stories. The album comes from 2016. I rate this album a 10 out of 10, of course. One, because I don't want somebody to see me and instantly I'd be discredited if I gave it anything less. Two, it definitely earns a 10 out of 10. I think this is also an album that it goes back for a lot of people when you first got into lo-fi music. So it'll always bring you back to that nostalgic feeling of whatever you were doing when you first got into the music. And just it continues on to be a classic. It's one of those where you can go and get into a few different albums, or mix around a little bit, and you can always come back home to one of the originals. This definitely is already going down in lo-fi hip-hop history as a masterpiece. I appreciate y'all for paying attention to this video, and through this I hope that it'll enhance your listening abilities and pleasures. So if you like videos like this, hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, select all so you can catch all the videos, hit a thumbs up, let's get a little comment, and let me know what you liked, what you didn't like about the album. So as always, thank you for listening to this review. Peace, love, and lo-fi, y'all.